Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. The movie opens up on a dark and stormy night, where we catch up with Scooby-Doo and the gang being chased all throughout a spooky castle by some sort of creature of the Black Lagoon monster. Turns out it's not a monster at all, and just Mr. Beeman up to his old shit.
Like, it's Mr. Beeman, the real estate agent!
That's when we realize that this scene is only a flashback, as Daphne is telling a story on her talk show. This is where we kinda see what became of Mystery Inc. Daphne then claims that she got sick of it always being some schmuck in a mask. So now, she is the host of her own ghost show. And Fred is her producer. Basically her bitch. Then we cut to Shaggy and Scoob, and they're now airport security, I guess? But that doesn't change who they are. Same old Scooby and Shaggy. Always thinking about some damn food. Now we cut to Dinkley's Mystery Bookshop. Yes, I said that right. Dinkley's. This is where we see Velma just working in a mystery bookstore. You can definitely tell that she isn't feeling this job and would rather be out actually solving mysteries instead of being in some dusty old bookstore. That's when she gets a phone call from Freddy. Then we get more shenanigans from our good old boys Scooby and Shag.
Boss, we didn't eat it all. There's still a couple of gorgonzolas left. Help yourself.
You're a couple of gorgonzolas. You're fired.
In the middle of their sobbing over losing their jobs, the boys ironically get a phone call from Freddy as well.
Like, hello? Freddy? Zoinks!
Damn, that was some fucking ultra luck. Now that the old gang is back together, they got a motherfucking mystery to solve.
Oh, groovy.
Perfect! Mystery Inc. is back in business.
Since this movie is only 73 minutes long, they show a quick montage of the gang solving a buttload of mysteries all over Louisiana. Fuck yeah, gotta have that montage. So, Daphne, Freddy, and Velma are just sitting in the French market in New Orleans, and Daphne's going off about how she wants to find a real ghost and a real haunted house. That's when we meet Lena. That's when she tells him that she works as a chef on Moonscar Island, and apparently it's haunted as fuck.
It's in a bayou not far from here. A pirate named Morgan Moonscar died on the island, and his spirit still haunts the place.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Fred totally has a boner for Lena.
And that Lena is kinda cute.
Jesus, bro, chill. Daphne is like right there, man.
Romeo. Jinkies.
So now they're off to Moonscar Island. Scooby and Shaggy, you could have guessed it, they're just not about this shit one bit. Before they set sail on the ferry to Moonscar Island, I gotta introduce you guys to Jacques. He's a super over-the-top Cajun accent ferry captain. Might seem like a piss-away character, but old Jacques here is going to be pretty damn important later on.
And they don't never come out.
On the way to the island, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy almost get eaten alive by some motherfucking alligators. Oh shit! I swear, these dudes are always getting into some shit. This is where we meet the Crocodile Dundee, Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry hybrid Snakebite. He just has that unpredictable, I'm gonna stab you look in his eyes.
Can't stand tourists.
We then meet Rojo, his pet hunting pig as he calls him.
Is that? This here's my hunting pig, Rojo.
Yeah, what jerks. Definitely the two assholes of the film. We finally arrive at Moonscar Island, and when the gang pulls up to the place where Lena works, it's overrun with cats. Scooby calls them rats. It's freaking hilarious.
Rats!
Scoob, being a dog, can't resist the urge and begins to chase the cats all around the yard, just tearing shit the fuck up.
Whoa!
Somebody better come and get this man. And this is where we finally meet Miss Lemois. She appears to be very strange and has a really weird demeanor. Immediately you can tell that something is just not quite right about this woman.
You might show them mine. I see. It has been in my family for generations. It was a pepper plantation. Some of the hottest peppers in Louisiana.
Is your house really
Haunted? Yes. It is an old house with restless spirits.
And this is where we also meet Bo, the gardener. And let me tell you something, he is pissed as shit.
Gardener.
Miss Lemois takes the gang on a tour around the property. Well, everyone except for the two stoners of the group. After some more Shaggy and Scooby-Doo munchy antics, a chill falls over the room. When out of nowhere, an unseen force carves "Get Out" on the wall. Daphne and the rest of the gang hear Shaggy and Scoob's girly screams coming from the back of the kitchen. They race back to them when Daphne decides to get the supernatural carvings on film when this happens.
Cut! Who opened a window? Nobody. Look!
Beware.
So now the gang has a full-blown mystery on their hands. Then all of a sudden, Velma begins to levitate.
We've been levitated before, and there's always a magnet or wires somewhere.
Yep, Freddy. No wires, no magnets. We got some real-ass paranormal ghostly shit going on here.
Nice cat, Scooby.
The gang is reviewing the footage they got earlier when they see a frickin' ghost pirate. Mr. Morgan Moonscar photobombing the shit out of the shot. Would it be considered a ghost pirate or a pirate ghost?
They're ghost pirates. Huh? Pirate ghost would suggest that a pirate died and became a ghost. But a ghost pirate is a ghost that later made a conscious decision to be a pirate.
But that makes them pirate ghosts.
No, it makes them ghost pirate.
This is exactly what those ghost pirates want us to do.
Pirate ghosts.
Then Miss Lemois gives us a little background on the guy.
This is a portrait of Morgan McCrite. The moon-shaped scar is why he became better known as Morgan Moonscar.
That's him, all right. A real pirate ghost!
Ghost pirate?
Pirate ghosts.
But good old Freddy's not buying that shit.
Besides, it's probably just a hologram of some guy in a pirate suit.
And Shaggy and Scooby are hungry again. Of course they are. All they do is fucking eat. Shit. Velma does her Velma thing and begins to snoop.
Something under here.
She chips away the rest of the paint, revealing a clue hidden underneath.
Jinkies. Guess I got carried away.
This is where we find out that the Maelstrom was the name of Moonscar's ship.
According to this book, the Maelstrom was the name of Morgan Moonscar's pirate ship.
Then, more eating with the boys. Mid-meal, some cats, or rats, show up and run Scoob's dog dick through the dirt. Oh, and if the fucking rats weren't enough, now Scoob's got Rojo's crazy hog ass chasing him too. Jam! Poor dog can't catch a break. Rojo chases both Shaggy and Scoob the fuck down, causing them to comically fall into some huge hole. Upon trying to climb out of the hole, this happens. Oh shit. Look what you done did now. Moonscar has been brought back from the dead. Holy fuck. Then they accidentally run into Bo, and that's when they tell him about the dead guy, or red guy as Scooby says.
There's a dead guy following us.
Red Roy.
The night is approaching when Miss Lemois suggests that they stay the night. She mentions dinner, and you know Shaggy and Scooby can't say no to food.
Like being in a state of constant terror makes us constantly hungry.
Well, constantly.
We get this funny scene with Scooby-Doo and an owl. That's some good old classic Scooby-Doo shit right there. Scooby-Doo, you're such a fucking goof. Shaggy notices that his chin hair is getting out of control and starts to give himself a trim.
Like much better.
You didn't even do anything. It doesn't even look like you trimmed anything. It looks exactly the same. Suddenly a ghost appears in the mirror. Scooby and Shaggy bolt ass out of the room, smacking right into Miss Lemois, knocking her ass to the floor. Shaggy and Scoob then bring everyone back to their room to investigate the ghostly mirror.
It's some Civil War guy.
Well, there's nothing in the mirror now, guys.
Velma does some more snooping, and then we find another clue in the back of the mirror.
Property of Colonel Jackson T. Pettigrew, 8th Louisiana.
That sounds like a Civil War regiment.
Like ghost pirates, ghost soldiers. What's next?
Pirate ghosts.
Lena shows up to announce that it's dinner time, and Shaggy does this really weird tongue thing. Cheese him. Chill out, you freak. Scoop sees another cat, or a rat, and is about to run amok again.
Cats.
When Miss Lemois tells him to take his crazy, unruly dog ass outside. But Scooby and Shaggy are chicken shit, so that's definitely not gonna happen. When Lena suggests that they have dinner in the Mystery Machine instead. Shaggy and Scooby are eating my all-time favorite food.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned crawfish boil. Rollfish?
Scooby-Doo even shoots a bunch of crawdads out of his mouth like a machine gun. Now that's awesome. And then he just completely destroys an entire tray of fucking biscuits.
Something tells me you're getting the best of this meal.
Around me are familiar faces.
A bunch of cats storm the van, causing Shaggy to drive him and Scoob the fuck out of there. And we get more classic Scooby-Doo and Shaggy antics. They run to a pond and dunk their heads in to relieve the hotness from the peppers, when they again accidentally fuck around and open yet another portal of hell. Damn it, Shaggy. You've really done it now. Definitely a truly terrifying scene, even for a Scooby-Doo movie. Get the hell out of there, you guys! Fuck! I have to admit that I love the look of the zombies. They definitely did a great job animating the undead. Freddy and the gang hear Shaggy and Scoob's girly screams yet again and set out to find them.
Now what? Shaggy! Scooby, where are you?
They run into Bo in the woods, and Velma starts blaming the poor guy even more.
You never do. And you're never around when these ghosts and zombies appear.
Saves her fucking janky ass from sinking in some random quicksand. He still gets no respect.
Jinkies. Thanks. But you're still a suspect.
Freddy and Daphne find the abandoned Mystery Machine deep within the bayou, and there's no sign of Shaggy or Scoob anywhere.
What is it?
Crawdad shells.
When a hand comes out of the bush behind Daphne and rests on her shoulder, she flips that sucker. Total judo style. Shaggy then pops up and gets the same treatment.
Shaggy? Scooby?
Then Scooby shows up, and now it's time to unmask this scumbag. When they find out that's no mask, and it's actually a motherfucking undead, reanimated corpse.
Real?
After a brief slapstick-ass comedic game of zombie head hot potato, even more ghouls appear, just in time for the zombie jamboree.
It's a regular zombie jamboree!
With the horde of the undead surrounding them, Fred still thinks that they must be animatronics.
Well, it is a possibility, Daph.
As they go to run away, Freddy trips, dropping the camera smack dab into some fucking quicksand. You had one job, Freddy. Then we get the best scene in the film, in my opinion. The final chase. It's terror time, motherfuckers. Such a solid little scene. And that song rocks the shit, baby. Fuck yeah! Shaggy and Scoob tumble into a cave and ironically land right in front of some strange altar where there seem to be some sort of voodoo dolls of Freddy, Velma, and Daphne. The fuck? We cut to Fred and Daphne where they tell Velma about their run-in with the zombies.
Zombies? Real? Really real, Fred?
I hate to admit it, but they were.
Then they all start to levitate. We cut back to Shaggy and Scoob, who are playing with the weird dolls, unknowingly causing their friends to levitate in the process. Then they fall to the ground. I guess Shaggy and Scoob put them down or
Who
something?
made these dolls? Ruggy, look, Rollins.
Back at the house, Freddy's being a clumsy fuck, and he stumbles onto some top-secret hidden passageway. Lena shows up and tells them that the passageway was built back in the Civil War as a safe haven to hide from enemy soldiers. She then proceeds to tell them that Miss Lemois or Simone, was dragged away by the zombies. It's funny how they're zombies and they didn't just eat her alive and devour her right there on the spot. You know, like zombies tend to do. Instead, they just drag her away. Okay.
You say the zombies dragged Simone away?
Velma definitely isn't buying into that shit. They trek further and deeper into the cave when they come up to a door.
Where are we? Looks to me like a place for voodoo rituals.
Velma has this shit all figured out when Miss Lemois enters the room.
Very clever, Velma, but it's too late.
She has their voodoo dolls and sends them crashing into the walls. Fuck! Turns out Lena was in on it all along as well. You double-crossing bitch! Miss Lemois, or Simone, announces that the ceremony is about to begin.
And then the ceremony will begin.
What ceremony?
That's when it happens.
Getting away.
Simone and Lena transform into these cat beasts, and that's when Simone explains the meaning of this little ceremony they're having.
Every harvest moon, I must drain the life force from victims lured to my island to preserve my immortality.
We then cut to Shaggy and Scoob, who are running for the ferry, when the captain also transforms into a werewolf cat creature as well. Run, dudes! Zoinks! Back in the cave, Simone gives a little more exposition.
He was the cause of all of this. I was one of a group of settlers who made this island our home. We looked to our cat god for a bountiful harvest. Until that night, when he came ashore.
What the hell's going on here? So old Moonscar and his pack of pirates basically ran all of her people out of town. Then Simone and Lena put a curse on them all, turned into cat people, and murdered the shit out of the pirates and anyone who dared to come and take their land away from them. Turns out the zombies were trying to warn them. They were literally just trying to help. Well, this scene makes a lot more sense now. Talk about foreshadowing. Also turns out that Lena has been luring people out there for years. And this is where Freddy and the girls find out that Jacques, the ferryman, is a fucking cat beast too.
Friends.
Jacques?
Scooby and Shaggy run into Jacques again, and he greets them with a big ol' hug. This is literally Scoob's worst fucking nightmare. Just a giant, jacked up monster rat. A horde of zombies come bursting in to give Jacques a nice dog pile. Ironic because he's a cat. So, would that be a cat pile? That gives the boys time to escape, but their clumsy asses trip like they're in a Home Alone movie or something, crashing right into the altar, knocking the voodoo dolls onto the floor. The cat bitches go into Super Saiyan Beast mode. The voodoo dolls land dangerously close to a torch, but thankfully Scooby's clumsy ass knocks them away from the flames. Shit was crazy. They were literally fucking starting to melt. Good job, Scoob. Meanwhile, Velma is setting everyone free. She then makes some voodoo dolls of her own. Cut back to Shaggy and Scoob, who seem to be totally fucked, when Scoob picks up a hot pepper and squirts the pepper juice all in the cat Jock's fucking nostrils. With Jacques down, Simone and Lena come to finish the job. They literally drain the life force right out of Shaggy and Scooby, when they suddenly go flying into the air, crashing into the rocky wall. Velma made voodoo dolls of the evil cat bitches, and basically trolls the fuck out of them, throwing them all over the place, you know, just giving them a hard time. The cat people basically run out of time, just at the right time, I guess, and they burn up and disintegrate along with all the zombies, and then the curse is finally lifted. And all the souls of the zombies can finally rest.
Revenge, Shaggy, so they can finally rest in peace.
Thank you.
We then find out that Bo the gardener was a detective and has been snooping around this case for some time now.
So that's why you were digging around.
Can't end a Scooby-Doo movie without some classic Scooby-Doo slapstick. Then of course, more food. But right as your old bud Scoob is about to take a bite of the super tasty looking cartoon sandwich, he noticed he's surrounded by a gang of cats. And that's the end of the movie.
Rats! Right!
Would I recommend this movie? Does Scooby-Doo like Scooby snacks? Fuck yeah. This is definitely a nice little Halloween time flick. And especially if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, I definitely highly recommend you guys check this out. You can tell that it had a little bit bigger of a budget than the show did because the animation is really nice and very smooth. And the soundtrack itself is really great. So, yeah, I would definitely highly recommend you guys check out Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island because it's a goofy, spooky good time. Scott86, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Monster Mash.